tired. I'm tired.
Is it? I mean, is it? Do you feel the next?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, feel tired, but you know, that's why we got a day like today. Get treatment, get whatever you need, and you know, rest, and be ready for the next game.
This has got to be adding up, right? So when you feel tired, do you feel like you can still come back in full force and do that quick turnaround?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why we're here, right? And I'm just excited. Like I'm blessed that I'm able to play that much, and you know, being out there on the floor, being healthy, and just playing basketball, the game that I love, and the body's tired, obviously, but you know, that's why we have, you know, great medical staff and guys that are there 24/7 to help us, you know, recover. So I'm gonna use that as much as I can, and just make sure I'm ready.
Did you guys know that Kawhi wasn't 100%, was under the weather going in? Did you feel like you guys need to kind of pick it up and help him out a little bit?
I mean, we knew he was, you know, he wasn't feeling well, but at the same time, you know, he was there at the game, and you know, we know the type of person that he is, the type, you know what I mean? He's about business, and we knew he was going to come in and you know, give us effort, you know, for the whole game. You know, we didn't even think about it, to be honest, because, you know, we knew he was feeling better and better every day, but you know, he wasn't feeling that well, but, you know, I'm sure it's not an excuse for him, and you know, he was out there and give us, you know, 30-some minutes, 37 minutes, and you know, we're kind of like, you know, happy that he was on the floor with us.
The foul disparity over the last couple games is pretty significant. It's not like you guys are just out there shooting jump shots, like you're getting to the rim. Do you feel like you should be getting, as a team, to the line more than you have been?
That's a trap question or something? Am I supposed to answer that type of question?
You can answer
Rovin.
You can answer it however you
Rovin. No comment, right? That's a good way to answer that, right? No comment, man. Don't try to, come on, next question. That's a good one.
Steve Clifford last night, and he was very complimentary of your game, but he did say we can't let him get 3, 4, 5 dribbles before he gets into his shot. So that to me sounds like they're going to be giving you a little bit of the Kawhi treatment, probably second defender.
Damn, that's first man, Kawhi treatment. Come on, man.
You know, and you've seen that at times this year. How do you prepare for something for that?
Like I always say, like I whatever the defense gives me, that's how I play. Like, you know, I'm out there on the floor, and if I feel like I can take 10 dribbles, I'll take them. If I feel like I can take one, I'll take it too. Whatever the defense gives me, and you know, just play off of that.
It seemed last night like there were a lot of moments where they sort of half committed a second guy to you, and you sort of were dribbling and waiting. Have you seen more of that them trying to sort of fool you into think a second guy's coming and pulling him back? Or?
I mean, yeah, like I'm watching, you know, and like I said, I'm gonna say the same thing, you know, whatever. I'm gonna just try to do my best, and if double comes, I'm you know, make a play, but until it comes, I'm gonna be me and try to, you know, be my defender.
You spoke earlier in the series about using patience to, you know, sort of get them off you a little bit. Is that been the biggest difference in terms of, or the biggest sort of improvement?
For sure. I think, you know, maybe a couple of years ago, even last year, you know, I would have rushed into a lot of things. Maybe I did at some point in the game when I thought I was feeling myself. But, like, you know, it's just about me being patient, to be honest. Like, it's something that I'm learning, and understanding that no matter what, I got an advantage, and, like, I can't rush.
Did it feel good to have some threes go down, or was that something you weren't even thinking about?
I definitely was thinking about it, and I talked to one of the coaches, and was warming up before the game, and I was like, "Oh, do you think I'm gonna make my first three today?" And he said, "You're gonna make 2 in a row." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And I made 2 in a row at the beginning of the game, and he looked at me. He was like, "I told you so." I was excited. I definitely was excited.
Yeah. Is it funny, like during the regular season, if you went 2 games without hitting one, you probably wouldn't even think.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was just I don't know. It wasn't like I was worried about it. Like, I wasn't worried about it, to be honest. Like, I don't know how many threes I took, but like, I knew it was gonna go in. But for me, it was just like, it was funny because before the game we talked about it, and you know, it happened in the game. I thought it was a pretty cool moment, but I wasn't thinking about it.
As the minutes have added up for you, how have your days changed? Like, has your recovery process had to, like, have you put a lot more into that now? That
yeah, for sure. I think maybe last year, a day like today, I probably would have went to the gym and like try to get shots up, and you know, like. But now, like, I kind of like, you know, when you play that many minutes, you understand that you know, there's certain things you can't do. I mean, I can go to the weight room and try to get some weight in a little bit, rest, you know, treatment or whatever I can do. But I think it's like a little bit getting a little smarter, you know, with how I want to work, you know, just not overworking.
Is the fatigue during the game or the day after sort of more notable?
I think the day after definitely, you know, where you kind of feel it, but hey.
This happened a little while ago, but were you aware of the Tracy McGrady comments about your most improved chances?
What kind of?
He said, basically, he said, "Show me the improvement. Where's the improvement?" And they were saying
just
you're
getting more.
Come on, man, y'all trying to start something, man. Oh. Hey,
Back to the referee.
I
He
don't.
was in the building last night. It's the only reason I'm asking, and he was pretty obvious he was there.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't know what happened. I don't watch like what's going on, like what people say, like, you know, like I'm focused on this team and trying to, you know, come in there every night, do my best. You know, I think for me it's not about who said what. You know, most improved for me definitely is something bigger than all that. You know, it's not about that. And I'm just, you know, blessed to be here. Happy that, you know, I'm in this position and people from where I'm from can look at me and you know, hopefully dream that they can be here, you know, one day and continue to work hard. And that's, at the end of the day, if I do that, you know, that's what's important for me. Like I think that's the message I'm trying to send every night I'm on the floor. And you know, if I can sit and some kids or whoever comes to me and tell me that, hey, I'm watching you and your development and how you got here and your stories, you know, is an inspiration and maybe one day they'd be like, oh, I'm here today because of you. I think that'd be more important.
Pascal, this is your first time going through a playoff as like a, you know, a primary option. What have you learned? Like going through video, you know, with the same defense, the same personnel. What's been this week like in terms of you growing as a?
It's been really interesting. I think every game you learn something new, and every game there's different things that you take from the game, and it's definitely interesting, and like a lot of film, because at the same time it's not like you get practices where you're gonna go 100% on work on different things, but you got to watch and, like, you know, watch film and understand what people are doing, and you got to try to take people out of what they're doing, and you know, at the same time when people try to take you out of what you're doing, you got to find other ways. So I think that just that part of it is really interesting.
Have you seen, just watching, I don't know if you've watched the film yet today, but have you seen, did game 3, the way they approached you, was it different than game 1?
Yeah, we got film in like, what, 20 minutes? Yeah, we got film like soon. Yeah, I ain't watched it yet. Yeah, I'll text you. I'll text you, man.
But has it changed, like 1 to 2 to 3? Like, have you noticed it?
I mean, yeah, I think, you know, they try to do different things, but I mean, obviously to Kawhi, you know, they're not gonna let him, you know. They try to trap him every time they get a chance. So we got to, you know, be able to move around him and make sure that we give him outlets and things like that and do certain different things. But I think, you know, it's going to continue to change, and there's always new things that are going to happen, and we're going to adjust.
You went through games 1 and 2 with the Toronto fans. They were obviously loud on our side. Did you notice last night's fans?
You said say one?
Games 1 and 2, obviously we had the Toronto fans on your side. Did you notice the Orlando fans last night?
At home?
They were loud?
Oh, here?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty tough. Like they had, because we played regular season games. You know, we could definitely brag that there was more Raptor fans or something like that. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough to hear anything but them. But I'm sure there was. You know, I saw some Raptors jerseys in the crowd and stuff, so it was definitely cool to see.
Yeah, well, he's played great, right, in all the games. First of all, and I think you make a good point, you got to adjust as you go here with the different things, and I'm expecting even more adjustments coming at him. So let's see if he can continue to grow and make the right play. And that's really what it's all about, is when they're changing matchups and changing coverages, you've got to just make the right basketball play. And, you know, I say it all the time about Danny and Fred, and, you know, some of those games you get 6 wide open threes, and some you get none. And you just, some games, you know, that's the way it is. And when you're getting none, that means somebody else is probably open. So, you know, those are the adjustments that you know, Kawhi has to make when they're doubling him. He's off it to Mark, and it's, you know, Pascal's just kind of made the right reads and got to where he's wanted to go. And again, I think he showed great composure and patience. right? I think the only one shot he didn't show it on was he got an offensive rebound and turned and kind of flipped one up kind of quick. If he would have gathered himself on that one, he probably would have scored that one too. So we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
He was saying that he's sort of feeling the 42 minutes a little bit more today than he was yesterday. As much time as you guys spend on the in-game stuff, the adjustments, X's and O's and all of that, how important is the off-day stuff, the maintenance, and especially with a guy that's playing big minutes?
Yeah.
How much thought goes into to that?
Yeah, first of all, he's young and riding a wave right now. I bet he's not that tired. I bet he's enjoying this, right? And I think he's got plenty of energy. But to answer your question, it's it's important to. I think it was great to have the days in between. Somebody asked me, would you rather this was coming sooner after game one, especially? And I was like, no, we're gonna take all these off days to rest and recuperate. And then you got another day to actually get at it a little bit, and then rest a little bit more, and all those things. So this will be a restful day for our main rotation guys.
Nick, in the same way that football teams seem to thrive with a veteran quarterback, no matter where they are, how important is the fact that you guys have one of those who's been through pretty much everything you can kind of go through at a painful level in class? How valuable just has his experience been for this group?
Well, first of all, I think as a coach, it's always great to have a veteran point guard, right, that can run your team and motivate your team, and I just think that, and Kyle does things that by example, right? He throws his body around. He's continually blocking out guys seemingly twice his size and keeping them off the glass. He's stepping in and taking. Those are inspiring type plays, I think, that rub off and are contagious and get your team, the rest of the guys, to do it. And the other thing is it gives you a louder voice. If you want to come in there and kick some butt in a timeout and say you guys aren't blocking out good enough, and then they can't say, well, when are you going to start blocking out? Because he's been blocking out the whole game or whatever. So he's got a leadership. Again, built in. His natural instincts are to play tough and to lead, and that's what we need him to do. And again, he take the open shot and make a play here and there, but primarily we need him to play tough and lead.
Kind of the epitome of that, the way it seemed like he just sort of floated between three guys and got that miss from Kawhi last night, the last shot that got short from him.
Yeah, that was a huge play, right? That was a big play, and that's just a hustle and effort and instinct play. And I think that's the way he plays, so he's going to make those, right? He's going to make those plays.
Is his leadership style more vocal or by example? We don't
Both.
hear it very much.
Both.
But is he vocal?
No, he's very vocal, Doug. But again, I think in the example I just gave, that's he's going to be able to go back and not only say come, yeah. He's very vocal with the team. I mean, even after the game, he's pulling them in the locker room together, and that's a tough ass road win, and that's a big time, and continuing to coach them and lead them and motivate them.
You mentioned last night how you're quickly learning how to deal with foul trouble as a coach. What is your philosophy? Because there were three separate guys in foul trouble last night. Would you rather somebody foul out and
No.
or I mean not foul
yeah,
out,
the
but
hard-
you want the balance between
the hardest-
fouls and minutes.
The hardest part has been you just don't deal with it in the regular season. You hardly ever are in foul trouble, and all of a sudden here we are playing for the games that mean something, and we're in deep foul trouble 2 games in a row. So it's a little bit interesting, but listen, I couldn't be more prouder of Serge Ibaka than anybody, because Mark gets his 4th, and Serge had a bad stint in the first half, and we really needed him to step up and play, and he played his butt off, man. God, he played great, and that. When you get in foul trouble, that's what you need, is that guy that comes in there and says, my team really needs me, and it really performs.
But in game 2, you sort
Yep.
of rode Kawhi, even though he had 2 in the first and then 3 in the second. Whereas last night, other than I think putting Kyle back in for the last few minutes
Yep.
in the first half, you pretty much took those guys out when they were in trouble. I mean, what goes through your mind? What are you considering
Well,
when you make those decisions?
I think the biggest thing is, Eric, is both Kawhi and Kyle, we have maybe a little more reinforcements there, not necessarily at their position, but near their position where we can shift people 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And at 5, it's pretty much Mark and Serge, and they've got, you know, an all-star center, and I think that goes into the thinking there.
Nick, I asked you about this before the game yesterday, and then it arguably got worse yesterday. What do you say to your team, if anything, when you have 4 free throws almost halfway through the third quarter and you finish the game with 10, and it's not like you're just taking jump shots and going to the rim aggressively?
Well, you say play through the hits, right? First and foremost, we make that as part of our pregame thing, that we're going in there and you're going to take some contact, so get ready for it. Maybe get a little bit better balance or base, or maybe an extra pump fake, and then you got to will it into the rim somehow and play through the hits. That's the biggest thing. You know, you can't let it bother you. You got to keep on playing. I thought we did a great job of that for the most part. You know, we kept on playing. I mean, it was bothering us a little bit, probably me more than anybody, but you got to keep on coaching and keep on playing. And then just believe that, you know, some of this stuff's going to even itself out. Because I don't, you know, I've never really been on, my teams I've coached have always been among the leaders in free throws attempted. And this year it hasn't really been that way. And, you know, our style is to take the damn thing downhill to the front of the rim. And we're doing that. And that usually results in getting to the line a little bit more than we have. And we will. I think it'll balance itself out.
What does Kawhi need to do? I mean, I think he had like 4 assists in the first half, if not the first quarter.
Yep.
But kind of dried up after that. The turnovers added up. How did he need to respond? That's how they're going to defend him.
Well, I think, again, he didn't have quite the pop that he had in game 2. I think he probably would have elevated around the rim and scored a few more of those, or some of the pull-up jumpers he might have made just a little bit. I don't know, just a little lacking in some energy last night. But again, I think it's making the right play. You know, sometimes he's going to take it down there and he gets to 2 feet, and by the time he pump fakes, there's 3 guys around him, which means there's I don't know, math, there's probably at least 2 guys open, right? And he's going to have to fire some of those out. He made some great ones. He fired a couple out to Danny, one early, one late, and I think we just got to make sure he explores all those opportunities, because, again, make the right play. If you're drawing multiple defenders, find the open man.
Have you checked up on him today, given him his chicken soup?
I haven't given him any chicken soup, but I did see him and said hello to him, and he seems like he's doing okay. Yep.
Are you losing your voice today?
I lost it last night. It's coming back. Coming
Loud
back.
the Orlando fans?
It was loud in there. There was one time out where they couldn't really hear me, and I was trying to write what I wanted them to do, and they were like, "We can't hear you, and we can't read your writing." So I was like, "All right, defense on 3."
Nick, one more on Kyle, if you'll indulge me. When you have a veteran point guard,
Yep.
does he need to be, when he calls the guys in to the huddle after you win a road game in the playoffs, does that need to be an extension of your message, or does he have the latitude where he can say whatever he wants, whenever he wants, because he's Kyle Lowry?
Well, I think I would hope, well, 2 things. I like any freedom of thought that he wants to express, right? But I would hope that we kind of got a message that we've kind of lived by since first day of training camp. The message is that we're trying to preach. You preach them over and over and over again, and hopefully he's selling that on for you.
When I asked you about the offense yesterday, like,
Yes.
and you weren't pleased with it, now that you have a day removed from it, do you wish you'd intervened more? Do you
Yes.
just wish the players
Yes, a little
got
bit.
it more?
Yeah, a little bit. I think, it's my job to help them out there. And, again, it's not the easiest communication setting, right? But, again, I think I could have, a few possessions here and there, I could have got them into something a little bit better. I mean, you always do that as a coach. I mean, you come out of the game and there's like 100 things you wish you would have done differently, at least 100. You know, there's so many things going on out there.
Do you want to list them?
But that's one of them. That's one of them. Yeah, I mean, again, same as I said after the game, a little bit better execution, pace, side-to-side movement late in the game.
Cliff was saying last night, like, he was saying good things about Pascal, obviously, but says, look, we can't let him have 4, 5, 6 dribbles before he gets into whatever he's going to do. So it sounds like they're going to maybe sending more defenders at him. But so can they take away Kawhi and Pascal? And if they do,
Try,
what,
yeah.
What should be available?
Well, again, you got to make the right plays, and the other guys, should have opportunities, right? Again, it's out of character a little bit for them to do that, right? They've got a defensive system that's been in place, and it's a good one, and it's what they believe in. But this is the playoffs, and you got to do what you got to do. So, we're hopefully prepared to handle it. I'm not sure Pascal's seen a whole lot of double teaming this year, and you usually got to see that live to be able to recognize it and how to play out of it. We've seen that, we saw it with Kawhi early in the year. About the 5th game of the year, everybody started doubling the heck out of Kawhi, and it was like, whoa, and it took him a couple games to get used to it, but we'll have to be ready. We don't have a couple games to get used to it.
Coach, you were asked yesterday about Game 3 being a swing game.
Mm-hmm.
So how crucial is it at this point to make sure that this momentum keeps going?
Well, I just want us to play a little bit better, right? I think I know the results really matter now, and the score and the series score really matter because that's how you advance. But I think there's things we have to improve on. I think we have made 2 great defensive efforts. Our execution defensively wasn't maybe a solid last night, but the effort was there 2 games in a row, and that's going to take you a long way. I don't know. I just want to go in and play well again. I think if we give that effort, we're going to have a good chance to win.
Thank you.